spooky Rudetober. Rude Nation, these are the RudeBoyz, here for the Power Hour Plus. It's Rudetober. It's so spooky.
That's what you decided to go with after sitting there on...
Sitting on the button?
Sitting on the button.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Alright, cool.
That was the best thing I could have ever done in the past 40 seconds. Hey, what's up? I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
We're the RudeBoyz.
Woo! RudeBoyz!
We're here for the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, and this episode, ladies and gentlemen, is all going to be about spooky Halloween stuff because it is the month of Rudetober. That's right. That's a thing. It's going to be like that for another week. And, yeah. So, if you're uninitiated, follow the hashtag Rudetober on Twitter and Instagram, and you can see all of our posts that were all spooky, rude-based, RudeBoyz stuff. We did the whole month, actually. You should go check it out. I don't even know. Here's the thing. I shouldn't even be telling you this because you should have already seen it on Twitter. All right, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself because that's all part of the outro. You know what I mean? I'm
actually proud of us that we hit the whole month.
We've done a very good job, very consistent, and also very topical at points. This is the highlight of our RudeBoyz social media presence, and it will never get better. So enjoy it now,
or
nation.
Worse. We've plateaued.
Okay. We've plateaued. Yes, we're gonna. Honestly, if we remain plateaued, then that's all I could hope for.
We're like a bird hitting a skylight, trying to get out. Glass ceiling.
So retarded is what you're saying, and
yeah.
with brain damage.
Yes.
Okay, that's about right.
You definitely have brain damage.
All right. Who's in your mouth?
Some Arizona green tea.
Ooh,
fresh.
Arizona's still waiting on that sponsorship. You know,
seriously, man.
In addition to Miller and Buffalo Wild Wings and Taco Bell and Monster Energy, still waiting on
Jameson.
Oh yeah, boy, oh boy. Yep, Jameson, waiting on that sponsorship. But we're gonna continue to push your products because we're big fans.
Yeah.
So I hope and I know deep down you guys are fans of the RudeBoyz. So let's just make it happen. Let's just make it official. Put a ring on it, and we'll take a crate of Arizona green teas, please. Thank you.
Cockering.
Oh my god.
Who's in your mouth?
I have. Sorry to disappoint members of the nation, but I'm drinking coffee. Black coffee. This is another early morning.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, this is an early morning recording for us.
We're alcoholics, not drunks.
And also, weather permitting, we are hitting with a monsoon, nor'easter, hitting the East Coast.
It's a little bit of rain and wind. It's nothing. It's they made a fucking mountain out of a molehill.
I'm obviously looking for excuses, so
yeah. Well,
that's what you get.
I don't give excuses. I give hard facts.
All right then. In that case, let's thud it up.
Thud.
Oh, that wasn't good. Just thud my mug.
Thud. Thud.
All right, cool.
You like that, you bitch?
All right, take it easy there, Chug-A-Lug. Jesus.
I'm thirsty.
And all right, so we got a pretty anemic edition of Blitzkrieg news. We were scouring the internet, all the deep web information, trying to fill this bad boy up. Oh God, the table, and leaving it in. And we're gonna get through it, and we might elaborate a little bit more. So this might be a slower edition of Blitzkrieg news, but like they're all fucking slow as shit. So you want to hit it, Tom?
Blitzkrieg.
You did air quotes.
Video game news first. Not really necessary.
It's coming over the wire. You hear that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Resident Evil. I'm about to choke you with the wire.
Go ahead.
Resident Evil 1, 0, and 4 coming to Switch in 2019.
This news is hot off the presses. Capcom sent out a tweet, and this is great. Those are great. I mean, those are two excellent Resident Evil games plus 0, and Resident Evil 4 is a fantastic game. Mm-hmm. Have you played? I know you and I played. I think last year. Tried to get through the Resident Evil remake.
I got scared.
PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a spooky game.
Fucking red zombies.
But did you play Resident Evil 4?
When they released it on GameCube.
Okay, cool. So the initial release, yeah.
Yeah.
I played it for Wii. It was great.
Yeah, I kind of dropped it when because I kept shooting the president's daughter in the face.
Oh, that's well, okay.
I was like, all right,
I should probably edit that out because that could be treason.
No. Like when she's got a crank.
Yeah, I understand.
And then the monks keep trying to carry her away, and I'm trying to snipe, and I keep shooting her in the face. And you know what? Fuck it. Don't get in my goddamn way, Chelsea.
I mean, I'm proud.
Right? Was that her name, Chelsea?
That is a legitimate IRL president's daughter name, but whatever. I'm proud of you. I'm not proud of you for rage quitting like that. I am proud of you for getting through a sentence with the word crank and not giggling like a bitch, which you're doing right now because now you realize what you said. But Resident Evil 4 is a fantastic game. I played it on the Wii, and it's on fucking everything. If you own a system, you can play Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
like it's an awesome game. I was just thinking about this. We were just talking about our Rudetober thing. I need to double check. I think we might have pushed this through because we highlighted Resident Evil on our Twitter feed, and then guess what happens? Capcom is like, you know what? There's a lot of interest in Resident Evil, especially from the Rude Nation. Let's push this out on the Switch. And not only one game, not only 2 games, but 3 games.
Exactly. So, Nintendo, I will take...
Capcom.
Huh?
Capcom.
No, well, I'm talking Nintendo.
Okay, you can talk to Nintendo all you want.
Since we helped, them launch these bad boys onto there.
Yeah, all right. I feel like it's more of a Capcom thing.
Regardless, Nintendo, I'll take a Diablo Switch.
Okay,
you can P.O. Box me. I'll send it to you. Don't worry about
cool. All right. Have your people talk to his people.
Exactly. Tommy _ cash with a K.
Yep. There you go.
You can send
to him.
Send it via
Nintendo
Twitter.
America. Yep.
Yeah. There you go. That's it for video games.
Yeah. See, anemic. What are you gonna do?
Nothing in comics.
Nothing. Come on. That's not surprising.
Yeah, I know.
You hear the I'll do a little quick Spider-Geddon update. I'm not reading it live, but it is almost turning into like Spider-Man Civil War.
Oh,
like
really?
All different Spider-Mans.
Well, I think...
So that's pretty cool.
What? Superior Spider-Man's leading one group and Peter Parker is leading another?
Miles Morales is leading the other one.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's 616?
I don't know yet. Yeah, I'm only reading like recaps and stuff like that. Like it is something that like when the graphic novel comes out, I'll pick up and read because it's almost like a sequel to Spider-Verse.
So is he is Miles? I wonder if Miles Morales is running around in the spider suit, or if he's in his...
I'm seeing it's him in the spider suit,
or
not
if he's
the spider thing. That might be something after Spider-Geddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Spelled like a... Richard Madden to play Bond. Rob fucking Stark.
Wow, good. I didn't know. You looked him up, didn't you?
Huh?
You looked him up?
Last week.
Okay. Yeah.
And I kept it in my brain for a whole week, even with
Rob
alcohol.
Stark, the young wolf, is on the top of the list to play Bond. Nothing's confirmed. Daniel Craig still's got one more movie in him, but that's what might be happening.
Okay.
Definitely does squash a lot of like Idris Elba rumors, which is just disappointing because I mean he's a great actor.
Phenomenal actor.
I'm sure he can rock a suit and all that shit. Gunslinger, not so much, but whatever.
Poor directing.
Okay. And but yeah, Richard Madden. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Needs the work after getting decapitated in Game of Thrones.
I'm glad to see he's still working.
Yeah. He might be working in Britain. I don't fucking know. We don't do research here at the Rude Nation.
Yeah, we don't believe in facts. Fuck you, facts. Wonder Woman 2 pushed to June 2020.
Yep.
Womp womp.
So I think a lot of this has to do with because in right around that same time, Disney pulled a 2020 Marvel movie out. So I think they might have been, which might have been the rumored Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is in some sort of fucking limbo right now, thanks to all the James Gunn stuff. Tom just
don't give
wanking
shit.
off.
The fucks I give about Guardians.
Man, you sour fast on all of this with all this information.
No. I soured on Guardians after Guardians too. You know
yeah,
that.
but this is classic Tom, where like once it pivots past that mountain, then it's just straight downhill forever and ever and ever.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll go see Guardians 3 because I got to continue the story, even though let's face it, Guardians of the Galaxy are piss poor intergalactic Avengers.
What did we say, Tom?
Fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I think the movie rumored that they're pulling out is the Eternals.
Well, I also heard that they no. This is great Wonder Woman news, by the way. But I don't know. I think the 2020 releases that are still could be there are Black Widow and the Eternals.
Right. So what? Like
maybe it was Guardians. I don't know.
Why would DC be like, we're gonna try to compete with them?
No, because they saw an opportunity. They're like, oh, there's gonna be one less Marvel movie. Let's try to take a bite out of that pie.
No.
No. All right. Well, either way, it's delayed. So sorry, guys. December 2019. Not so much.
Yep. Avengers 4 trailer to come by the end of the year.
Straight from the man himself, Kevin Feige.
Yep.
He said that.
I'm really hoping beginning of November. That'll be a nice treat.
Oh, beginning of November?
Yeah.
That would be a nice.
It'd be a nice
birthday treat.
Yeah.
What else we got?
TV. American Vandal, more like American Canceled.
You like that, don't you?
Like, cool. I'd never have to hear you push that show on me ever again.
It's a funny. You should really watch the first season.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see Netflix is canceling.
Man, Netflix is on a fucking warpath.
I'm glad to see they're canceling shows other than Marvel shows.
Well.
So.
Oh, other than Marvel, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said except for Marvels. Never mind. Yeah, but by all means, keep paying Adam Sandler to make fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
American Vandal, first season, awesome. Second season, didn't get into. Super fucking raunchy stuff.
Yeah.
I really think you'd like it. I really think you'd like it. It really is it really takes this wacky situation. Like almost like an Onion article.
Okay.
And treats it with such like respect. And it's almost like you might forget, like, you're watching. Like, if you were throwing this on the television or something like that, and someone was like, oh, what are you watching? And you said, like, oh, it's American Vandal. They would think it's, like, Making a Murderer or the O.J. Simpson story, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's treated. But it's really just about a guy drawing dicks or someone putting laxatives in the lemonade and everyone pooping.
See, I don't know. This kind of sounds like you said, they're trying to make it, like, super, like... parodying the news.
Yeah.
Kind of like that show with Sacha Baron Cohen that's on Stars or Showtime right now. So, like...
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say...
Because we know how I feel about him.
I know, yes. That, but that almost is like... That's almost like one person is in on the joke and everybody is being laughed at.
Right, okay.
This is... Everyone is in on the joke. You know what I mean? And this is just like they treat this like this is an epidemic. Oh my God, we need to get to the bottom of this. Like the police are involved and the government's involved and you know all this other stuff. It's really funny. You watch a couple episodes of the first season, watch them with me, and we'll be good. Okay?
After maybe after Rudetober.
Definitely.
Definitely
after Rudetober.
I still got many horror movies to watch between now and Wednesday.
Yes. And I think another rumor is that someone may be trying to pick up another season of American Vandal, which is what they do. That's what happens. Like these shows get buzz, and then, you know, if it gets canceled, then it tries to get picked up someplace. This is I just trailed off there. Continue.
Yeah, cool.
What else we got?
Luke Cage canceled.
Boom! There you go. Another of the Netflix Marvel snap.
But now with Iron Fist being canceled, could they maybe be planning for a Heroes for Hire show, which is what they should have done from the beginning.
I really hope so because
I really think Mike Coulter is fantastic as Luke Cage.
You know, he was great.
I've heard that the second season of Iron Fist, Finn Jones was better.
Yeah, I've heard the same.
Like less.
Couldn't tell you for sure, but
yeah,
I've heard the same.
I heard the fighting was actually better. It looked a little more legitimate because they did get the fight coordinator from Black Panther, which I think I've mentioned several times.
This is the first real instance of Marvel canceling something without any sort of end game in sight. It with the exception of that fucking awful Inhumans nonsense.
Well, yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing, like, they canceled Agent Carter, but Peggy Carter's shown up in things, like in a couple flashbacks or whatever here and there, one-shots. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still going on. Who knows what's going to happen once the streaming service picks up, but whatever. But that's pretty much it. Like this could be literally the last time, you see Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I don't think so, but
I don't think so either.
Because of the whole transition between, you know, the Disney streaming service coming up and all this, like, maybe they'll get over there. I hope they do, because it would be a shame to lose such iconic, grounded characters of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though they really don't want to, like, push them full into the MCU, which they should. Fuck it. Come on, guys. Just do it.
Give us a real Maximum Carnage movie.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
All right, keep it in your pants, Junior. Maybe. There's a Nick Fury show also coming to Disney's streaming service.
Speaking of that, yeah, so this was a rumor. So after we talked about it, Loki and Scarlet Witch getting, I was going to say Scarlet Spider, and that would have been dope. Scarlet Witch getting their own universe, streaming service show or whatever like that. They were saying there was going to be a Nick Fury one.
Mm-hmm.
The rumors, though, I think were kind of tempered, where it was like it's not going to be Nick Fury, but in that same breath, they were saying that whatever they got planning is going to be really fucking cool.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, they were going to say, like, this is going to be, like, almost proper MCU stuff. You know what I mean? Not like how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, I guess how we thought Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to be just, like, hand in hand with the Avengers movies and all that other stuff. That didn't happen. But I think this is going to be that next step.
Sure. Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Bane looks horrible for Gotham.
I did not know what I was looking at when I saw him.
Like, he looks like a retarded, like, Darth Vader looking Star Wars reject. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
They showed pictures of it, of one of the Darths, one of the ones from the comics. I don't remember who. I don't think it was Darth Bane or anything like that. Go figure. But, like, a Darth with like a face mask and a chest mask and everything like that, almost like a prototype chest, to mask the chest, you know, and like a prototype Vader basically.
Okay.
And then I see him and I'm like, what is is this like from the new Star Wars show that's coming out?
Yeah.
And then they told me what it was. It's like Bane's dad or something like that. Like, isn't it? I don't even think it's Bane. I think it's like Bane's dad.
Jesus
or something like
Christ,
that. Like,
Papa Bane.
Papa Bane.
Like, I mean, and the funny thing is, like, but he's called Bane though. That's the thing.
Okay, you can still use the name.
It's dumb. That show is fucking dumb.
I hear it's getting really good.
Or it
has gotten really good. And the dude who plays the Joker, quote unquote, he's fucking cool. He would have been my pick for Cletus Cassidy.
Sure. They bunch of people that in a comic book group was like, they're like, God, I hope the season ends with him breaking baby Wayne's back. And I'm like, wow. I was like, there are a lot of people who are sour on this show. Sure. Like, it's just,
I mean, they were sour from the beginning, right? Because it was like, this has nothing to do with, like, the Arrowverse or anything like that, right?
They were, but, I mean, I got sour on it because I was just kind of, like, just sitting there, like, I don't care about you people. Like, you all suck. Like, just go away. The dude who plays Gordon is awesome. I like him. That guy. And Donald Logue plays Bullock. You know, and Donald Logue is definitely a cool-ass motherfucker.
Sure.
So, I don't know. Show looks bad. Bane looks bad. And, you know, other people are just like, why can't we get a true representation of Bane? I'm like, well, we kind of did in Batman and Robin, even though he was a plant baby. But with how he looked,
no, you're absolutely right.
And he had the venom and the tubes and everything, that was the truest
that's the
representation.
Comic book representation of Bane. Yeah, you're
right.
You're absolutely right.
You know, unfortunately, but again, he was a plant baby.
Yeah.
For a shit movie. So in Simpsons news, apparently they're removing the beloved convenience store owner Apu because he's considered to be having racist undertones.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, the character's been there for what? 20-something years?
Yeah.
Easily?
So. Yeah.
He has, 8 children to think of now. Now he is going to have to just be another person living off the government because he doesn't have a job now.
These aren't real people.
Because people are whiny little bitches. It's racist. Get the fuck over it. It's comedy. It's funny. Stop taking life so seriously, you whiny little bitches. Fuck. Justice for Apu. Justice for Apu. That's what I'm saying. Hashtag Justice for Apu.
All right, I'm not following that.
Wrestling.
Wrestling news.
Wrestling.
Let's do it.
SmackDown 1000 was.
I didn't watch that.
It was. It was just. I mean, it was just a complete jerk off fest. Like, hey, look, remember The Rock? Remember these people? Remember this? Remember that? No, like, do something that's gonna grip me by the balls on this show. And like, the only cool thing that I really liked was they brought back the Cutting Edge.
Okay.
And Edge is interviewing Becky Lynch.
Okay.
And Edge is like this, goes, I stepped on people that I loved and whatnot to get where I was. And then, I look at all the championships on my, my belt on my wall while my hot-ass wife is going down on me. And I'm like, wow, I'm alone. Keep sucking. Like...
No. For the record, he didn't say that.
No, he didn't say any of this.
God.
This is me being a horrible person.
Holy shit.
And Becky's just sitting there and it's like, yeah, you're right. I don't like myself. I frigging love myself. Now get out of my ring and try not to break your neck. I was like, holy crap. I was like, that was the best part of SmackDown 1000. Evolution, that was...
Again, not a SmackDown faction.
No, they weren't.
What the fuck?
Well, what SmackDown faction would you have brought in?
The Mexicools. The core. This dude, like,
there really
there's
was
a
no
reason.
SmackDown.
There's a reason SmackDown.
The
was
Radical.
No, the Edges. Well, I mean, Edge was there. La Familia, that was a thing.
Yeah.
There really wasn't a lot of SmackDown factions.
I mean,
there was a reason it was the B show for a long time.
Yeah.
Because they treated it as such, and they didn't have the attention focusing and the focus. Wow. The attention grabbing focus of Raw.
Right.
Because they didn't have the same storylines, or they were 2 hours versus 3 hours, or they were taped versus live. So
yeah. I was just like, like they're trying to build something between Triple H and Batista, and I'm just like, no one wants to see these two old men wrestle. I'll sooner watch Triple H and Undertaker again and again than Batista and Triple H.
Well, did you watch them at the Super Show or no?
No, I had to do something during that, and I really don't care.
Oh, okay. So you said you could watch them, but you choose not to.
Well, no, I just haven't gotten around to it right now. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Maybe you will.
Hey, look, I got 7 days of doing nothing coming up, so I can watch all the wrestling I want.
Birthday vacation.
Yep. Indeed, sir.
So congratulations on your 100,000th
episode. Felt like the 100th, and the first. Very lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical.
Yes, it's a big word. It's my word of the day.
It's not the right word.
Sure,
lackadaisical.
It was lazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing. You knew what I meant.
What the fuck else is going on?
Roman Reigns taking time off to face a battle with leukemia.
This kind of came out of fucking nowhere, bro.
Yeah. Apparently no one knew he was making this announcement. Not even Rollins and Ambrose until like an hour.
Legit. Right. Yeah, man. That's fucking... That sucks. It's one of those things where it's not... It's I guess good that it's not necessarily a retirement speech.
Yeah.
Because one of those things is almost like a door shutting moment. Except if you're Daniel Bryan or Shawn Michaels, apparently. Or Ric Flair. So never say never in wrestling, obviously.
My God, Shawn Michaels looks horrible with a shaved head, by the way. But anyway, Roman Reigns leukemia.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. I remember I have class late Monday nights, so I don't watch Raw. I don't watch Raw if I didn't even have class. But I go on Twitter after class, and I'm seeing
no class.
And I'm seeing all this stuff about Roman Reigns, and Rollins is balling up and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I read, I was like, holy shit, out of nowhere, man. So, I mean, get well soon, big dog.
Yeah. And then the Shield fucking imploded that night.
It really did.
Holy shit. Dean Ambrose, you son of a
found
bitch.
His fire. Good for him.
Yeah. Best thing for him, that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, get better soon. Hope to see you back.
Are there any more updates on what the fuck's going on with this Crown Jewel pay-per-view?
They're still going through with it. Okay. I know John Cena has dropped out.
But they're still promoting them, though, I think.
I don't know.
I think they're probably both of them are playing chicken. Both of them's like, I'm not going, and then they're like, well, we're gonna say you're going.
I
So
don't
you're
think
either gonna no show, or you're showing up.
Well, Daniel Bryan's not going.
Right.
Dean Ambrose, I don't think is going.
I don't think. He wasn't booked, so.
Well, no, regardless, like they said if
Renee Young ain't going, so he ain't going.
If superstars don't wanna go, they don't have to, and they won't face any repercussions.
This carny bullshit business. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No repercussions, my asshole.
Yeah. Fucking you. Oh,
Unless
fucking.
your name's John Cena.
You're the Universal Champion. You're going on fucking. You're going on main event, motherfucker. Your punishment. So yeah, I really don't care. I mean, there was this whole big, I don't know if you know what was going on in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, please update us on current events, Tom. I would love to hear this.
All right, the reason people don't want to go is because a journalist got murdered, and so people are like kind of freaking out.
Right, things are tense.
Exactly. So that's why a lot of them are like, "Yo, we don't feel safe going."
Right.
Which makes sense.
Oh no, absolutely.
And a lot of a lot of the insiders, air quotes again, sorry.
That's good.
Are
you can really hear it in the tone of his voice too sometimes.
Yeah, they're saying that WWE just wants blood money now.
Oh, absolutely, man. They took it already once. They took it last year.
Well, that was
it
oil
earlier
money
this year. The same difference.
This is blood money this time.
But I mean, they did such a fucking PR jerk fest about how progressive Saudi Arabia is becoming, which is like absolute total like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Especially spits in the face at the time of their women's revolution.
It does.
And still now, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, how can you spin this any better? Like, they're clearly silencing people of the media, whatever. Not to get on a political high horse here, because
God knows I don't know
fuck the
shit.
world, let it burn. It's double standard.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're RudeBoyz here. We're not all without souls, and we'll point out some hypocrisy when we see it.
Absolutely.
So, there you go.
Like on you fucking WWE motherfuckers.
Yeah, you bitch.
Speaking of Evolution, that is coming up.
That is coming up as per recording.
Yes.
Which might have already passed.
Yes.
Okay.
Matches that I know are going to happen is like the Battle Royale
with now.
Yeah. The Battle Royale where it's like, women of like the past and present and future.
Sure.
You got that. You have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, which is the match I'm looking forward to.
Standing match. I think that should
main event.
That should main event.
Or I think actually no, because now we just read that Alexa Bliss is out.
Yes.
Which
who knows? Maybe she'll fucking.
Yeah, I think if that didn't happen, I think her, Mickie James versus Trish and
Lita would have main evented?
Would have main evented because it's Trish and Lita.
Even Ronda and Nikki probably could have main evented because it's Ronda Rousey.
Exactly.
So,
we'll see.
Very interesting situation they got here. Almost like I don't want to say normal, a routine WWE pay-per-view where you have all these high-profile matches where you're like, ooh, which one could it be? Could it be the 2 world title matches, or could it be this other high-profile match? Like, which one is going to go on last? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I guess good for them for booking a show like that, because in addition you also have the finals of the Mae Young Classic.
Mm-hmm.
You have the NXT Women's Championship to be defended.
Yep.
I think you also have the UK Women's Championship. NXT UK Women's Championship.
I don't even know. I actually haven't watched any of the.
Right. It's only like 2-3 weeks in at this point, but I think they're going to develop their own tag belts and also Women's Championship.
Yeah, I hope the main roster gets a tag belts.
I think that should be a thing.
Yeah. Totally. I agree. 100%.
1000%.
I mean they should have had the tag belts a while ago.
I disagree. Only because, like, it would have been one of those things where it's like, sometimes they don't even treat the male tag belts with fucking respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So,
guess.
like, oh, let's juggle some more belts. You know? At least at this point, like, you have more of a diverse roster and some more natural forming teams, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something like that. Or, hell, if they like pushing this mixed match challenge thing, have a mixed match intergender tag championship or something like that. That'd be pretty interesting. They wanted to do something like that.
Cute.
That would be cute.
It would. And that is all for Blitzkrieg News.
Woo! So, Nation, October is dead. Rudetober is alive and well. And we're gonna tell you all about the spooky things we've done all month. Yeah, we take this month pretty seriously, I think. Between Tom playing, between Tom watching spooky movies and television shows and reading books, and me playing spooky games and watching spooky movies. We want to talk about it. So we've kind of siphoned all of our spooky stuff of what you've been up to's into this one big month-long recap for Rudetober.
Woo, Rudetober!
So Tom, what is something that you've done this month that was spooky? You watch a lot of horror movies, right? That's kind of your bag. Is that your favorite genre?
Close.
Okay.
Between that and comedy.
Rom-com? Okay.
Rom-com.
Yeah.
You're a dick. Fucking rom-com you upside the head, bitch.
That does not mean anything.
Yeah, it does.
All right, so like, tell the nation like something that you've seen, or watched, or read, or played.
Currently, I'm in the middle of listening to Salem's Lot.
Listening to, okay,
Yeah.
audiobook, perfectly. Salem Lot, Stephen King.
Yes,
Cool.
Stephen
All right.
King. One of his most notable ones is about this town called Jerusalem.
I've never heard of it.
It's up in Maine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
That's why I've never heard of it.
there you go. See. So, and vampires. It's just very unnerving. Just
Okay,
like,
that's cool.
and the way that they describe the vampires, it's like it's not the pretty ones with the little like the cute little fangs that come out, and no, these are fucking face full of teeth that, hey, I'm gonna eat your goddamn jugular.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Almost done.
I'm a big fan of vampire lore.
Yes,
because
so am I.
like I like basically like their own like intersystem like government and laws and cultures and regulations and shit like that, and like all the things that have to like they have to abide by to just be a vampire. Like just like simple things where it's like, and I mean this could be a wives' tale, but like the fact that they can't enter a house without being welcomed,
Right?
Or you knock over rice and they have to pick it all up. You know what I mean? That's something too. Apparently,
That one I've never heard.
well,
And I know.
apparently it's like almost like some like crippling OCD.
Really?
Yeah, like they have to pick it up or
I'm
something
gonna
like
have to.
that.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
It could be something I fever dreamed. I'm not entirely too sure.
It seems very odd.
Right.
Honestly, if you like, because you got me going now.
Right. Okay.
If you like that, you should try to check out. See if it's on any streaming services. It was a show in the 90s called Kindred the Embrace.
Okay.
And it's based off of the Vampire Masquerade.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you see all the different clans and whatnot.
Right,
And
yeah,
see,
yeah.
like, who, their laws and whatnot.
Right.
So, like, it's a very cool show. Very, like, I called it Sopranos with vampires.
Okay.
I dug the shit out of it.
Well, that's why I like last year you showed me and the girlfriend What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
And that's why I really liked that because it did treat vampires with a certain amount of respect, even though it was comedy and stuff like that, and like it did have like, I think the last time I saw it was a year ago, but it treated that with a lot of respect. Like you had the different types of vampires and like their hatred for the werewolves and shit like that. Like I dig that stuff. So I'll take it with the vampire. I'll take that vampire ball and roll with it. I watched for the first time all the way through from start to finish because it's a long movie and at points it just drags. Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah. No, it does drag.
It does definitely drag, but it's one of my girlfriend's favorite movies for reasons I don't know why. Because she's into musicals and then also this movie, so it's like okay, cool.
Right.
God bless her. But so I really liked it because again it treated Anne Rice's characters with a certain amount of respect and the vampire culture and all that stuff. What is that face?
No.
Oh yeah, we got some sound effects in the background. So yeah, everyone's very pretty and vampire eyes and stuff like that, which I'm sure goes along with the Anne Rice-ification of that vampire stuff.
Well, they do have like the glamour,
right?
Which is like they can make you see what they want to see,
Sure,
whatnot. So and hypnotize you,
right? Which was definitely happening a lot in that movie. Yeah, but it doesn't want me to follow up on any of the characters. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I know there's like a couple movies after Interview with a Vampire that take those same characters, not the same actors, but the same characters.
Yeah.
Because like Queen of the Damned, I think is in that. Okay.
If you're gonna follow anything up, follow up with the books.
Okay.
But again,
you forgot who you're talking to.
I know, reading hard.
Speaking of reading, did you read anything, Tom? Spooky stuff wise?
No.
Okay. We're just shotgunning here. We're not rushing.
Still listening to.
Listening to.
Just listening to Salem's Lot.
Gotcha.
Because I reactivated my Audible.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I think this is like National Book Readers Month or something
like
that.
I don't know. Everything's national, this or that. I'm waiting for. Never mind. What else did you watch during Rudetober, Chris?
I watched the highly acclaimed and one of the 6 best trilogies known to mankind, the Cube trilogy.
Tell me about this, because I honestly don't know anything about this.
Really, you don't know anything about it? Okay, so
I'm not being
Cube
an asshole.
Was a movie that I believe came out in I'm going to say the early 90s.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you for sure. And what it does is it takes a bunch of strangers, puts them in a room of sorts, or a collection of rooms, and they need to just try to figure out what the hell's going on, how to get out, how to escape, and they don't trust each other and stuff like that, in addition to the rooms having booby traps in them.
Okay.
So, I mentioned it before, I am a big fan of the Zero Escape game series. 999, Virtue's Last Reward, Zero Time Dilemma, really didn't play, but whatever. But that dealt with the same thing, like it put strangers in a situation, they don't really know each other, they don't really trust each other, but they need to work together, and also there's this ominous presence of death behind them. Cube 1 was good, in the sense that it was gruesome when it needed to be, the acting was fine, and it was, I don't want to say it was believable, because it's a big old death trap filled with, it's a collection of rooms that are just all death traps.
Okay.
The idea was interesting. I would watch it. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's another good thing about horror movies. They always seem to be really, really short and just to the point. You know what I mean?
Not the ones I watch.
You have more of the not the classical, but the more iconic.
Yeah.
And those ones are a good point. But the ones I watch are pretty much just boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
So Cube was good. It was available on.
I think it's on Netflix.
I think you're right. I think it's on Netflix. It's on something.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
on one of those streaming services.
Yeah. Cube 2, subtitle Hypercube, dealt with the 4th dimension. So it was a lot of time travel and stuff. Not time travel, but time manipulation and stuff.
Okay.
Which is an interesting premise, but man, was it not executed well. It was just so woof. That was bad. Cube 3, a.k.a. Cube 0, was a prequel. Tom's rubbing his face right now.
Fuck.
It was a prequel.
Okay.
To the first Cube. And, it kind of butts up nicely with the original Cube, or, the idea of the original Cube,
okay.
But, man, just, again, poor execution. Woof. I think, you know what, you can't really pull a franchise out of something. Cube gives you nothing. Cube is here's, I'm going to say 4 to 6 people.
All right.
In a series of rooms that could kill them. And really, the antagonist isn't necessarily the Cube itself, but the personalities that come out of people when push comes to shove and fight or flight, you know what I mean? And that was it. But they had to keep trying to build the lore up in the next 2 movies, and it was just unnecessary. And it made me think of the Saw movies. Okay. Because how Saw 1 ended...
Right, yeah.
It didn't need to continue, but it had enough seeds planted that you could branch something off. You could tell the story of, I think the guy's name was John, the actual Jigsaw killer.
Yeah.
That guy, or his apprentice, stuff like that. You could continue that story along instead of just being oh, here's 8 more people in a wacky room with murder weapons,
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Cube 1, watch. Cube 2 and Cube 0, don't watch. Unless you really like, I just gotta, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've got 6 hours to kill.
I
Fuck
need
it.
to torture myself.
Exactly.
I need to feel like I'm in a murder room.
Right, yeah. But, yeah.
Not good. Is
Not
what you're
great.
saying.
Not great.
Okay.
On average, not great.
Not great.
Not great. What about you, Tom?
So I was trying to keep up with movies I haven't watched.
Okay, cool. Yeah, same with me with Cube.
I've repeated very little.
Which I didn't watch.
So far. Creep 2.
Okay.
I
What
watched.
is Creep?
Okay, Creep.
Or what is the Creep franchise?
Creep. It's about this serial killer, but he's such a charismatic
Individual?
person.
Okay.
And he hires these people to video his day-to-day life, and then shit just goes apeshit. Like in the first one, Creep, he has this guy like videoing him because he's just like, oh, I'm dying of cancer.
Okay.
So I want this, for
Must be remembered that
yeah,
way.
exactly.
Gotcha. Is it filmed? Sorry to interrupt. Is it filmed like from the focus of a camera?
It is, but then like he'll take it so you see the guy who's.
But I'm saying like it's still from the camera's point of view.
Yeah.
Regardless of where the camera goes. Okay.
But it's not very. It's not shaky. Like
right.
You do get some shaky. Cam.
I understand. It's not like.
It's not Blair Witch.
Like here's the cameraman. Like you see the cameraman from this magical camera that doesn't exist in like the what you're seeing is the camera in the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like Blair Witch, but not shaky.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And like you'll see him, like you'll see the camera person, like if they're in a room with a mirror or a window,
right. Okay,
you see the reflection. Just very, you just feel very like. It gives you this like uneasy feeling.
Like you feel anxious about it, yeah.
Like both movies,
right,
and you're just like, shit. And like he has
Creep 2's the same way.
Huh?
Creep
yeah.
2's okay.
But this time it's a girl that he's interviewing. He has getting interviewed.
Okay.
And he shows what happened at the end of the first one to this girl, and he's like, "Does that scare you?" She's like, "No, let's do this thing."
Right.
Like, cause she's kind of like a podcaster who's just trying to get like more and more
followers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know what that felt like.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry. I'm not gonna go start videotaping serial killers or anything, cause I got too much other shit to be doing.
Sure. Yeah.
Then
we love the followers.
Yeah. So follow us, download but don't listen.
Exactly. So what would you overall good?
Overall, both movies awesome.
Okay, cool.
And he has this like weird werewolf mask that he wears sometimes, and it's just so like it's creepy.
Right. Okay. Oh, interesting.
It
Appropriate.
It holds the name very well.
You know what, man? I think like that's a real easy way to make the person unnerved is to kind of put the audience in the viewpoint of one of the characters.
Yep.
Like a Blair Witch, or I remember I watched Quarantine a couple years ago. I really like that movie.
Okay.
Because
I've only caught the end of that every time.
Jesus Christ, the ending is fantastic. The ending is like what's creepy about it the
Yeah.
most. I'm not gonna obviously talk about it because it's the ending of a movie, and I know we have a spoiler policy, but come on.
Movie's been out. Go see it.
Me and my girlfriend watched VHS 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the VHS series is a collection of mini movies, all filmed by different people, different production crews or whatever like that, and they're kind of just like almost clip showed into one movie that's like an overarching plot. I mean, it's not much of a plot, but it's something to kind of just like, why are we watching? It's not just like movie to movie to movie. It's you get characters and they watch a movie. Then the movie's over, and then they react or something like that, and then they watch the next one. And it's about 4 or 5 or something like that in each entry. The first one, I liked a lot more than the second.
Yes, I agree 100%.
The first one had more of a definite camcorder vibe, definite VHS, like there's tracking lines and stuff like that, which definitely makes things more spooky.
Yes.
Because like it could be a trick of the camera or something like that. Whereas the second one they definitely pushed that technology was a little more advanced. So there was GoPro cameras and iPhones.
Sure.
And even there's one about a cybernetic camera implant in a guy's eyeball. And
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it doesn't really, because like, you know, with technology, resolution goes up. So like you do see more like it's more makeup and stuff. Like, and it's like, oh, all right, like I guess.
Yeah, my favorite with VHS one was the one with the story with the girl, where she's like, "I like you."
Oh, the first one, yeah, that set it off.
Like, and then all of a sudden she just turns into
this, talk about it. Yeah, fuck it, we'll talk about it.
She turns into this fucking like bat creature or some shit, and then you just see the guy just drop, and I'm like, holy
it's
crap.
really good.
Like, watch that with one of our buddies. I was like, well, that just set the tone for this goddamn movie.
Absolutely, yeah, it does, because like that was fucking sick.
And then you had one with like a cult like type of thing where they were like stuck in a house. One of the videos, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was a bunch of buddies going to like a haunted house,
yes,
and it turned out there was a cult involved.
Yes,
yeah, no, that was really cool.
That was, yeah. First one definitely
check out the second one if you need to. My girlfriend liked the second one more. The second one has better stories.
Sure,
but a lot of that, like, I find that more creepy. Like, just the whole, like, oh my god, was that something back there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like that more.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
And there was more stuff, like, in your face in the second one, and, like, again, because of technology and stuff, like, the makeup, you're like, okay, you see the costumes and stuff like that, whatever. Recommended.
Okay.
Both of them. Yes, agreed.
I got a Stephen King set.
Okay.
And it came with Silver Bullet, Pet Sematary, The Dead Zone, and Graveyard Shift.
Okay. Movies, okay.
Yeah. I've never seen Graveyard Shift or The Dead Zone.
Okay.
Silver Bullet's the only one that I've repeated this year.
Okay.
Silver Bullet's about Sean Astin. Nope, sorry, Corey Haim. He plays this kid. He's in a wheelchair, and his sister always has to take care of him. Their uncle is Gary Busey. He makes him this like motorized like wheelchair that's like a Harley.
Okay.
There's a the kid finds out that there's a werewolf.
Okay.
Terrorizing this small Maine town. Stephen King, of course, it takes place in Maine.
Yep.
Turns out that who the werewolf is, that it, the community is like, oh, come on, really? And then it turns out where they're like, oh, shit, this is real. And the effects of how they made him change, like the werewolf change, was fantastic.
Really?
I really dug it. Great storytelling. Very highly recommend. It's a little dated, but still.
Sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of Stephen King movies are
The Dead Zone is with Christopher Walken.
Okay. Christopher Walken.
He gets into a car accident.
Got into a car accident. It's pretty good, right? Christopher Walken, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just going to sit here and listen to you do your podcast. I'll be quiet right here. Thank you, Chris. All right, continue, Tom. Sorry.
He gets into a car accident. He goes into a coma for like 5 or 10 years, and he wakes up with these powers where if he touches like your hand, and he can see your past or your future. Like he touches this one nurse's hand, and he's just like, oh, your daughter's room is on fire at home.
Okay.
You have to go to her right now, and she just like books out, and then there's like a murder mystery. Yeah, they did an SNL skit.
Oh my god, I'm remembering that. Holy shit. With him in it. I remember that too. That was great. That was wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
Yes, I was wild. Thank you. Chris.
It was very cool movie. Martin Sheen's in it.
Okay.
Plays a dick politician. Graveyard Shift. Another one that I haven't watched ever was about this factory where they had to get the basement cleared because they want to expand, and then there's, a monster killing the employees off. Mm-hmm. The exterminator, who's in charge of killing all the rats and everything, is actually Brad Dourif, who voices Chucky from Child's Play, which is very cool. He was also in Rob Zombie's Halloween's.
Okay, cool.
Very cool. Very cool set. I haven't watched Pet Sematary yet because I've seen Pet Sematary 800 times.
Right. Okay.
Which, by the way, the trailer for the new one actually looks really good.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I remember I saw that when I was a kid. That movie.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember when the trailer for the new one comes out, someone was just like, "Oh, Pet Secretary looks horrible." I was like, "Yes, for autocorrect."
That's hilarious.
Thank you. And it didn't autocorrect my dumbass for once.
I saw two Stephen King movies.
Ooh.
I saw Thinner.
Okay.
Which was man, I do not remember. I remember the plot. Basically, a man gets hit up with a gypsy curse. Big fat man.
Cause he, or you're a great big fat woman.
I don't know what that fucking means.
You never saw
because
Silence of the Lambs?
he. Oh yeah, I did. Because he
hits her. Right?
Yeah, it was a car accident or a hit and run. Not even a
Yeah.
hit and run because he did get caught. But I mean, he was part of like almost like his inner working of people, like the judge and the
Right.
detective and stuff like that. So he got off no problem. And the gypsy family curses him, so he loses.
Thinner.
Wow, you're good. And he basically just dramatically loses weight,
Yeah.
like to the point of just he looks straight up gaunt, like he's just fucking like, he looks bad. Other people get turned, like the guy turns into a lizard or something like that. Like it's wacky stuff. Joe Mantegna plays a gangster. He does Fat Tony, the voice of Fat Tony.
Okay.
In The Simpsons.
Okay.
He's pretty badass in that. And it was good. It was like Stephen King movies, a little dated. Like I think last year I watched The Stand, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's a little dated.
Yeah. I thought you watched It.
Oh yeah, we saw It also, but I mean that holds up because I mean it's weird to say that because Tim Curry and the cast and like just like it's more. I guess it's supposed to be a little more fantastical because you have this evil clown, whereas like this man has lizard scales. Like you know what I mean? Like okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Though, Stephen King movie that does hold up, The Shining.
Yes.
This is the Stanley Kubrick version, not any TV movie version or anything like that. So this is Jack Nicholson and that crazy bird-looking woman.
Yes.
And the black dude.
Red Rum.
Oh.
Red Rum.
Red Rum. Red Rum. Chris, come on, please. Okay, I'll be quiet. Okay, thank you. Yes. What is the black dude's name? He's got a fun name.
Shit. I don't remember.
All right, we don't have to look it up. Anyway, that's good, man. Jack Nicholson fucking killed it.
Oh
yeah, he did do a lot of killing. And that wasn't the first time I've seen that movie all the way through.
Yeah.
He killed the black guy.
That's right. That's the only killing he did, though.
Yeah, true.
So he didn't do a lot of killing.
Well, he did more than I've ever done.
All right.
That's a lot.
Okay.
One murder is enough, okay?
Is it?
Yes. So, yeah, if you don't know the story, basically Jack Nicholson takes his wife and his kid to the Overlook Hotel, I believe it's called.
Yes. Good poll.
Dang, wow, that's the name of the fucking thing. And they basically have to watch the place over the winter. And they get crazy snow because it's up in the mountains someplace. Turns out that house is almost a nexus for just evil. And it just so happens that their son has a bit of an affinity for spirits.
The shinning.
He's got the shinning. Can't get the sued. That was the worst.
Do you want to get sued?
Yeah, there you go. And so, of course, you know, antics happen. Basically, Jack Nicholson goes a little mad. The spirits start talking to him, and he then tries to go on a murder rampage to kill his wife and son.
Halloran is the black guy's name.
That is not his name.
Yes, it is.
That's his character name. What is his real life name?
Scatman Crothers.
That's the name I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But very good. Amazingly good. Then we started watching, like, Stanley Kubrick, conspiracy theories and stuff like that, which, I mean, that's a fucking
he's a wackadoo.
He is a bit of a wackadoo.
Yes.
But I like the fact that like, they really kind of, like, he's one of those directors that, like, which is completely, like, thanks to unions and all, would not fly. Like, he would torture his people just to get the best out of them, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, like, all that shit, like, the whole Here's Johnny thing, like, that was legitimate fright. Like, what's the name of the woman? You just had it up. This is poor planning. This is
No.
a famous movie. This is a famous-ass movie.
Well...
And she's a famous-ass actress, and I could not tell you her fucking name.
Let's see. Shelley Duvall.
Oh, Shelley Duvall. I would never have come up with that in my life.
Alright, the only other thing I know her from is Popeye.
Oh, yeah. She is Olive Oil. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Yeah.
With that. I think that was it with my Stephen King stuff.
I believe so. That's what it looks like.
But it's funny because, like, I'm thinking about the things I've watched and stuff, and the things that you're telling me about, and I'm like, a lot of these, like there's very similar themes pulled out. Like, people who have some sort of connection to spirits, or basically this house that is a fucking black hole of demons. You know what I mean?
Oh, speaking of a black hole of demons and spirits.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna butcher this name because I can never say this fucking word. Another movie I watched was called Malevolent.
Malevolent?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can't fucking say that word.
I can't. I don't know why.
I don't know either. It's about this brother and sister and their friends who kind of... They're scam artists. They're like, oh yeah, my sister can... my sister can talk to spirits, so if you call us and we'll let you know if your house has spirits, and we'll get rid of them for you. So that's how they make their kind of their living.
Sure.
They get to this one house where all of a sudden they start fucking seeing, like, she actually starts connecting with shit.
Okay.
And it turns out that their mother had the gift.
Okay.
So it passed on to her and also the brother, but she's a little more open about it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, is the brother alright? Why isn't the brother responding to the sister? It's, because now all of a sudden, like, she could see spirits and whatnot, and very cool. It's a it's a Netflix original.
Oh, is it really?
I would highly recommend it.
Okay.
Not a lot. It doesn't use a lot of the jump scare bullshit, which I hate jump scares.
Right.
I really do.
I understand.
Unless it's done right. I mean, back in the 90s and 2000s, that's all the movies were. They're like, hey, jump scare.
It's a cheap way to do it.
It is. Fantastic movie.
Yeah?
It might be one of my favorites that I've watched this year so far. Yeah.
Awesome.
Highly recommend.
Awesome. I need to take that ball because you're setting it up perfectly for me. Let's talk about it. Netflix original.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky house.
Okay.
People who can communicate with spirits.
Okay.
A family. The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, it's on my queue.
Me and my girlfriend watched 2 episodes 2 nights ago. Watched the remaining 8 episodes last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Okay.
What it deals with this house. It deals with this family that lives into a house. Some crazy shit went down with spirits and stuff like that, and some deaths. It's a book that's been out for a while, so.
Hill House, I believe, also has references in Stephen King books as well.
Oh, when we were talking about the Stephen King stuff, like talking to spirits and like the whole. I don't want to get too. I don't want to announce the connections, but
Salem's Lot actually references Hill House.
Oh, is Hill House a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know the chronology, but anyway, let me talk about the show.
Okay.
Because apparently the book has nothing to do with it's not a 1-to-1 adaptation.
Right. Okay.
But whatever. So the Netflix show deals with this family that lived in the house. Something crazy happened. The mother died.
Okay.
And the family almost kind of fractured. Everyone went their separate ways. Something happens to bring them back together, and they have to cope with a tragedy and also dealing with each other and what to do next, especially with the house and this looming presence that surrounds all of them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do a lot of jump scares. There was probably like 2 jump scares.
Okay.
And man, are they good. But the acting is very well done.
All right.
It does treat a lot of I like having separate stories for people, and then I like having like each main character has like almost like a separate story. I'll put it this way: the first 5 episodes, you could chop and screw to make one big movie because there's like time points in the 24 hours that they talk about that crisscross. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
okay.
it's like, what's this person doing? And then, but it's like, while that's happening, this person is doing this thing, and like this is where they meet up or whatever. Like I like that shit. Like I like that story.
Okay.
The way of the storytelling. The other good thing about it is that they make some really spooky set pieces, and there's actually hidden ghosts in the show. Like in the background, which I love. I love that about VHS too.
Yeah.
Like just like oh god, you just like this unnerving. Like what is that? Did you see that? Like oh my god, like that's
Okay.
awesome. Like in the background of when specific. I'll tell you this, Nation, specifically in the Hill House scenes. That's where you see the ghosts.
Okay.
You can kind of shut off when they're outside of the Hill House or doing something else or whatever like that. But like when they're in the house, look around. Like look in like the pantries. Well, what's that behind the lamp? You know what I mean? Like
okay.
you'll see people back there, and it's fucking creepy. Very good. Good acting.
Okay.
I cannot tell you the dude who played Dario from Game of Thrones. He's kind of like the oldest son. Yeah, what's weird is that...
Well, which Dario?
The current Dario.
Okay.
Modern. Which is funny because, like, my girlfriend said that, and I was like, what? No. And then, like, it started, like, my eyes started opening, you know, and it's like, oh, shit, that is Dario. Like, it's weird. Because he definitely... I mean, he's in a suit and tie, you know, like, you don't... He doesn't wear that in Game of Thrones. Highly recommended. 10 episodes, hour apiece. Watch it.
I'm going to take that because...
oh, man.
The movie that I'm going to talk about, the Invitation. Dario.
Invitation?
Yes.
Okay.
Invitation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dario's in that as well.
The same Dario.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
around.
It's about this woman and this guy who they were happily married. You know, they had a tragedy where they lost their child.
Mm-hmm.
They start going to a support group, and the woman starts sleeping with one of the guys who's in the support group, who is Dario from Game of Thrones.
Sure.
So they disappear to Mexico for like 2 years after like the divorce proceedings to her husband.
Sure.
And then they come back and they invite her ex-husband, her his girlfriend, all of their friends to, you know, be like, hey, we just wanted to see you guys because, you know, we kind of want to all work through this tragedy. And turns out that it was a whole cult thing.
Oh.
Where when they were away in Mexico for 2 years, they got, you know, brainwashed into this cult, and just insanity just ensues within like the first 45 minutes. I personally... After I turned it off, I was like, it stayed with me, but I was just kind of like, yo, fuck that movie. I'm sorry. If any of my exes sent me an invite, like, for a dinner party, I would promptly respond with me setting that invite on fire, flipping it off. Being like, fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you. Why would you go? Okay. Why? There's no goddamn reason. It just kind of just... swelled anger up inside of me.
It's getting hot, ladies and gentlemen.
I am. I'm stripping. Woo, baby. Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
What the fuck shirt is this?
Oh, it's a John Wick shirt.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is. Okay. God.
For you nation, I'm wearing a John Wick shirt that says, be kind to your animals or I'll kill you.
I'll post a picture. I'll put it on the Twitter feed.
Yeah. It's cute. It's drawn like Calvin and Hobbes.
All right, I'm going to take a break on the movies and TV show watching right now. I was playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon for Game Boy Advance. Every year, every Spooktober, Rudetober, October, whatever you want to say, I play a Castlevania game. So I've played the first 4 Castlevanias, Symphony of the Night. That's about it. I've only been doing this for a few years. And
5, exactly.
Well, I mean, I think I played 2 and 3 of the same year.
Oh, okay.
And 4 or whatever. It doesn't matter. So, this year, I'm starting the Game Boy trilogy with Circle of the Moon, which is the weakest of the Game Boy trilogy. And, man, it's just dated, you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing it on a Game Boy Advance, so obviously, like, I can't quick save or anything like that, so I have to find save points. I'm at this fucking point, right, with the sewer. If you follow my Twitter feed, at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS, you can see me get real annoyed at the sewer portion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna get into it real quick. I'm not gonna rage quit because like okay, here's it. I went into this area. The water is poison because it's sewer, obviously. The enemies in there have ice and water powers. You know what I mean? Sewers, whatever. So like, if they hit you with an ice ball or something like that, you freeze, and then if you land into the water, you lose energy even more. Okay? Absolutely pain in the ass. In addition to the fact that there's a lack of save points in that game. So like, it wouldn't even make sense for me to like get in halfway and come back out because like those enemies come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I need to reassess. And it was only once I complained about it on Twitter, someone hit me back. Someone hit me up to be like, "Oh, did you find the ring that clears the water?" And I'm like, "Nope, I didn't do that." Which was fun because I mean that was literally the last shot I was going to give that section because like I'm like I need to get a walkthrough at this point. Like it was so bad. It is fun though. It's Castlevania. But it's definitely like the first, like how good the DS games are. This came from that. Right. So, it is clunky, yes. The menu system is really not well thought out. I mean, Symphony of the Night is fantastic. And to try to follow it up with a Metroidvania of that caliber, I don't think you really get it until, I would say, Aria of Sorrow / Dawn of Sorrow. Yeah. Like, those are excellent games. That's like peak Game Boy / DS Metroidvania. I can't believe I just said that word. Oh my god.
You fucking nerd.
I know. But I'm still gonna get through it.
Good.
I
hope you quit.
I know I can. I think I'm doing fairly well. It's just
5 days.
I was not. I'm not
days.
gonna get done with it at the end of October. I'll keep playing it, and then we'll see what happens after that.
How you doing, Spider-Man?
Shut up. Shut up. But that was pretty much all I'm playing this.
Cool.
I call it Spooktober for video game stuff, but it is Rudetober, and I will adopt Rudetober as my moniker for video games as well, because I am a rude boy, and it's what I do.
Well, I'm not taking a break from the movies.
Okay, well, no, I personally needed to shake it up, and I needed to give the nation an update on Circle of the Moon.
Sure. I also watched this movie called Boys and Trees. It's on Netflix. Okay. And it's about this kid, these two kids who were, like, best of friends in, like, grade school. Like, when they were, like, much younger. And then, they just kind of went, he went, friend A went with one group, friend B went with the other group. And, friend A is kind of with the popular group who are just pieces of shits. Sure. Who torment friend B. So it's like a coming of age. And then they meet up on Halloween night, and they just, trying to reconnect as friends, and they do, but then other things happen, and it's I highly recommendable. It's a lot. It's definitely a coming of age movie. Sure. I feel kind of like I would put it up there with like Stand By Me, like Friends and whatnot. Okay. I definitely think it would be a cute movie for you and your girlfriend to watch. Okay. I think she would really enjoy it. Okay. And I'll know she doesn't when she yells at me next time I see her. Sure. Yeah. What's not a coming of age film, but is dealing with a group of friends, is the movie called Truth or Dare. Okay. And this is not the one that actually hit theaters. This is one that was, I guess, direct to streaming or something like that. Right. It deals with a group of friends that they get into a haunted game of Truth or Dare, where there's some sort of demon that basically is holding them all accountable from doing Truth or Dare stuff. Okay. And basically calls out their biggest secrets and also puts them in real danger, to the point where it's like, why you're really like, you're just like, just kill them then. You know what I mean? Like, just kill them if, like, there's no way they can survive this. But it didn't pull any punches, which was cool. Okay.
And especially for like a streaming or like like a very low budget horror movie.
Okay.
It didn't pull any punches, and the acting was fairly good.
Okay.
Like, you definitely rooted for people. You were like, oh, get them, and like it did have more substance as opposed to just this haunted truth or dare game.
Right.
It was good.
Okay.
I think it was on Amazon Video or something like that.
Right.
It was on
Okay.
one of the streaming fucking things. I
Sure.
can tell you. But yeah, watch it. It's fair.
Nice.
It's nothing crazy. It's not going to reinvent the wheel, but
Okay.
it was interesting.
Movie that I watched last night, and it stayed with me this morning when I woke up. It's called The Devil's Candy.
Okay.
It's about this this family that buys a house in Texas. There was a murder that happened in this house
House, classic.
years ago. The guy who committed the murders was hearing voices, was hearing the devil tell him, "Hey, kill your father, kill your mother, kill everyone."
Right.
Okay, so the guy ends up going away, but then he ends up getting out because he was mentally unstable. So they allow him to go out. Then he goes back to the house and kills his other sister, and then he runs, and this family moves in, but the guy who committed the murders, he's still hearing voices, so he has to go back to the house, and just insanity ensues. Like,
Sure.
The father starts hearing voices and whatnot, but he's also such a good father that he's trying not to let it really fuck with him.
Okay.
So it's very cool. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Empire Records. Probably not.
I did, years ago, yeah.
Okay. The guy Mark, who was like the pothead,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
he was the dad in it, and I was like,
okay.
holy fuck,
Right.
that's amazing. The soundtrack was great, all
that's
like
cool.
metal, Metallica, Pantera, just
Good,
fantastic.
Good, leaning into it. That's
Definitely,
nice.
really liked the movie. If I could
Okay.
find it, I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
Okay.
What else do you have?
I really don't have a good segue from that. We've kind of been losing our transitions. Once I introduced the video game, I guess. Well, go me.
Yeah, way to go, Dick.
I really don't know how to make it work, but here we go. I saw the movie Unfriended, which I think that hit theaters. Very minimal release.
A lot. Yeah, I remember seeing that trailer a lot.
Oh yeah. So I was really surprised how well this was.
Okay.
Especially thinking, I was like, oh, all right. Like, it definitely dealt with. I would compare it to the best way to Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
Because Paranormal Activity, the way it was shot and the way it presented itself, was very similar in this Unfriended thing. Like, you only saw things through security camera tapes or the webcams or the cameras that the characters had. You know what I mean? Unfriended, it's basically you're just staring at a laptop screen.
Okay.
Okay? The main character, you're Skyping with your friends, you're IMing people, you're listening to Spotify and stuff like that. And what it deals with, it's the anniversary of one of this girl that they all knew, their death.
Okay.
And like it's weird because like they go online to, I think it was like liveleak.com or something like that, which is a real site, to like view, because like that has like explicit content videos and stuff like that. Like you see the suicide video and stuff like that. Like
shit.
because apparently it was recorded and apparently it was online. You know what I mean? Like that's how that's how it is in America nowadays. Like just the weirdest shit, the most graphic shit is online, and these kids have access to it. So like they all come into a Skype call. It's like a group of 5 friends, and this one mystery number keeps like signing in with them, and it's one of those things where it's just like that could happen in real life. Like you're just like, what is this? Like, so it's a glitch or something like that. Like, whatever. I mean, it just so happens that it's the anniversary of this girl's death, and she's basically haunting them through the internet, and,
right?
Outside, that thing, and it's well done because in the sense you can only see stuff through the webcam,
okay,
and you only see stuff what your character sees,
right?
And like when shit goes down, like you'll get messages from a deactivated Facebook account. And, like, your Spotify playlist goes all haywire playing this, like, really weird, spooky song. Like, it's really well. And then the ghosts or the demon, whatever, they start, like, people start getting killed off. So, like, That's pretty interesting also. It was I was very surprised.
Okay.
I don't want to even say I had low expectations. I had no expectations.
Good.
I was just like, no, let me see what this is all about. And I was very impressed with what they did. I mean, I don't think really the medium has gone any further with that. You know, like, oh man, this is like you really can only do that so many times.
Sure.
Like you're looking at a laptop screen the whole time. Right. But I liked it. I would recommend it. Just it'd be time if you'd be one of the things just kind of throw on and just be like, oh wow, like that was like, or you maybe a scene catches your eye, just be like, huh, like that was interesting.
Speaking of no longer being friends, we're gonna circle back to being friends with a movie called Terrifier.
Okay.
Where where these two girls are getting.
I mean, they were friends.
They're getting tormented by this clown named Art. Okay. Art the Clown.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Art could be the next big slasher.
Okay, really?
It's very gruesome, this movie. And the clown, he is just creepy as fuck.
Really? Yeah, I've seen pictures of it.
Like, there's, apparently the pizzeria that they go to in this movie is right in Deer Park.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool.
You're right by there. You didn't check it out?
Yeah. I just found that recently.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't gotten a chance to. There's this one part where one of the girls, like, they're in the pizzeria and Art is he follows them in there, and he's always holding this black bag.
Okay.
And it's always rattling and jingling and jangling.
Okay.
And she's like, you know, and he just sits at the table, like, very, like, prim and proper, and he's just looking at the girls, like dead stare, and you're just like, this is,
right, yeah.
the fuck?
A little creepy.
So, the one girl who's drunk, we all have that one friend who does stupid shit when they're drunk, sits on the clown's lap and starts taking selfies with him. And then later, she's, like, looking at like, flipping through, and the whole time that she's sitting on his lap, he's still very prim and proper, staring at the other friend. But then, like, flipping through the selfies, you see him, like, turning his head and, like, opening his jaws at her and shit. And then he goes to the bathroom, he gets yelled at by the owner. Turns out he decided to smear and write his name in shit in the bathroom. Brutally kills the pizza shop owners.
Jesus, okay.
And then he traps these girls in this warehouse. The one girl calls her sister to come and pick them up before everything went down because they got a flat tire. After a Halloween party, insanity ensued. Sure, yeah. There's one very graphic scene that I think I told you about. Yeah, and you know what? I'll go. I'll
say it.
So there's this one part where he has one of the girls hung like strapped upside down, like almost like in a rack.
Okay.
So, like, you know, 4 poles, and she's hanging there, and then has the other friend tied. And then he takes out a saw. Not like a fucking, like, chainsaw, but like a saw, and he starts sawing this friend from crotch to skull. And you're just, and then all of a sudden you just see the body just split, and then just guts fall, and you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like,
Jesus Christ.
It was... And then, like, he starts eating one of the girls' faces, like, who's traumatically, like, you know, fucked up from it. Very fucked up movie. I hope that they do make this a good franchise.
Sure.
Sticking with the clowns, I repeated another movie called Stitches, which I think I showed you.
Did. Yeah, you did.
It's just a fun movie. Right. So, but, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a fucked up movie.
Okay.
But that's less visually fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that it's less gore and just more like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Right.
Jacob's Ladder.
Okay.
Jacob's Ladder.
Never seen, surprisingly.
It's fine. So the way I heard about it was it's actually one of Tom's favorite video game franchises, Silent Hill, gets a lot of inspiration from Jacob's Ladder. So Tom's never going to watch Jacob's Ladder at that point. But what it does is it deals with this man played by Tim Robbins. Thank you. Whose name is Jacob. And you see just like the inner depths of this man's like psyche, like
Okay.
these like monsters he starts seeing and these demons he just starts seeing, and like he's freaking out and he's losing his goddamn marbles, but he's having flashbacks or fantasies about his family, and he's also a war veteran.
I was gonna say, because I
Like-
do remember hearing that
Yeah.
there was like a like a Vietnam War
Yes.
like undertone to it.
Yes, absolutely, and there that does play into the plot
Mhm.
somehow. I don't want to explain how, but I'm gonna say it wasn't great.
Really?
It wasn't great, but because I feel like
You saw it too late in life?
I saw it too late in life. Exactly. Like, I think that the ending or the twist, let's say, is almost like, oh, like really, like that's it.
Right,
But
right.
back then, I'm sure it was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's crazy, you know. So, I watch it because definitely like the demons and the stuff like that is pretty creepy,
Mm-hmm.
and it does do a lot of the whole like what was that in the background? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, it
yeah.
does do a lot of that, and I'm a big fan of that. And Tim Robbins is awesome.
Yeah.
At what he does. And yeah. Give it a watch, I'd
Okay.
say. And it's also because it also deals with him just going mad, and like that's also unnerving. It's like he's the only person who's on his side,
Mm-hmm.
basically. And then you're like, you see people who are probably his friends, but they're not his friends, and it's definitely creepy.
Okay.
I'm slowly talking it up more, which is pretty good.
Okay.
So
Good.
yeah, Jacob's Ladder. Watch it.
Okay. The last things on my list was American Horror Story.
Okay.
I watched season 7, and I'm all caught up on season 8. Season
So
7.
you've seen all of them up at this point.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Season 7 was called Cult.
Okay.
So it starts off with the 2016 election,
Okay.
where Trump wins.
Right. Yeah, this was
So one character just takes the TV and starts dry humping it, going, yes! He starts this whole cult thing, and then
Sure.
all of a sudden, like, clowns are very, prominent in it, because clowns are unnerving for
Agreed,
anyone.
agreed.
I liked it. Again, the main character, Sarah Paulson, in this season, she felt like she was the only person on her side.
Right.
Because it turns out that,
It's like Jacob's Ladder.
right, it turns out that everyone is involved with this cult somehow.
Sure.
From her wife to her psychiatrist to everyone. Like, very cool. Introduced this actress to me named Billie Lourd. Which
Okay.
the
name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does, but I mean, this is the first thing that I've seen her in.
Right.
I liked it. I didn't love this season.
7.
7, yeah.
Gotcha.
The thing I like about the American Horror Story series is it does connect every season.
Right.
Somehow.
Even though they're very different.
Right. Like, they make
Like, it's
mentions.
not like what's happening with these characters. They reference.
Right. They'll
Right.
make... Well, season 8, it is called Apocalypse.
Right.
So, this season, everyone all of a sudden gets this message on their phone that ballistic missiles are coming... are headed to the U.S. Destroys the U.S.
Right. This is the current season, right?
This is the
okay,
current
because I've
season.
heard my dad watches this,
Yeah.
so I've overheard
Yeah.
this being played.
So this has, like, the Antichrist in it, and
Right.
then they've brought back the witches from season 3, Coven.
Okay.
They also went back to Murder House in season 1.
Okay.
So, because that's where the Antichrist lived for a while.
Okay.
A while. So, it's very cool how season 8 is just intertwining everything.
Sure.
They made reference to season 2 on this last episode.
Right.
Like, it's very cool. I know I've recommended it to you,
Yeah, you
several
did.
times.
Me and my girlfriend, we got into... Because, like, the whole anthology portion kind of appeals to us, so it's not like we can kind of pick it up wherever.
Right.
It's not like an anthology like Black Mirror, which is also a pretty good
it's
spooky horror thing. Like, you can just pick up any episode and be
exactly.
fine.
This is a whole story.
Right, but each season is for more or less separate from the other one, until they start dropping references or
Right,
stuff
and
like
every
that.
season does, like, season 2 referenced Murder House.
Right, but it's
you
a
know.
reference. It's not like these same characters literally just picked up.
Right.
And
Like,
next,
this
like,
is
what
the
happens in 6 months? You know what I
this
mean?
is the first time that they've actually brought characters back from
Gotcha.
a previous season and really referencing
That's pretty cool.
everything.
That's a lot.
I
of
dig
good,
it. I mean, honestly, I would probably
fan service.
I think it's going to 10 seasons, so
Okay.
I would probably just wait until it's all over,
done.
and then you and the girlfriend could just sit there and like watch it. So this way you don't have to sit there like if you get caught up, be like, fuck, we gotta wait.
Right. Well, I mean, we did start watching season 1. I think we got about halfway through before we were just like we were kind of a little burnt out by it. We were just like, this isn't working. I think we watched a couple episodes of Asylum, which was season 2.
Yeah.
And Asylums are one of the fucking spookiest things.
Yeah.
I could think of.
Yeah. See, Coven.
And I don't think we got far in that.
Yeah.
Either, but we gave it a shot.
See, season 3 is my favorite. That's the one with the witches.
Okay.
It takes place down in Louisiana, New Orleans. So, very cool. Definitely highly recommended.
Okay. Anything else you've watched or something? Anything else you plan to watch in the next couple days before the end of Rudetober?
Halloween, man. Halloween.
That's it.
I'm still trying to get to the theater for the see the new one. So.
I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, but if not, I'll definitely. I mean, I've watched the Rob Zombie Halloweens.
Right.
Fright Fest is just on my TV.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that's just fun to watch when they're not playing marathons of fucking Walking Dead.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm planning on watching Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
Because that's one of my favorite
horror
movies. If you even call it a horror movie, I guess you could, right? It's got horror trappings of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that movie. Love how much of a...
It's a fun movie.
Exactly. It's fun, and it's just like... I was trying to recommend it to this guy at work, where it takes the very stereotypical archetypes of a horror movie, and it gives you a reason why these things exist.
Right.
And I like that. I like because of the bigger picture and the more ominous presence. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Video game wise, I'm lucky to get through Castlevania by the end of October. So.
But video games never stop. We can always just pick up Resident Evil and do a stream of that.
I know,
whenever.
Man. And you know what sucks is that a lot with all this. Since it's October and the Resident Evil talk and all this stuff and the games coming out to Switch and stuff, a lot of people are talking about Resident Evil 7 and a lot of the talk is just man, I don't know if I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
we would play it VR but it would just be
no, I would play it VR.
I've seen you play fucking that X-Wing game in VR, and you were sweaty mess. You were hyperventilating almost.
Dude, that meteor came out of fucking nowhere. Shut up.
That was the best video of my life. But yeah, I mean, we got tons of spooky
We'll post
games.
that up.
Yeah, well, sure. If I haven't already.
Yeah. Post it again. Again and again.
But yeah, I mean, much love for horror movies and games and stuff like that. And is there anything else I'm planning on? Oh, we're gonna me and my girlfriend are gonna try to bang out through Stranger Things.
Okay.
Rewatch that again, because that's a good. The first season, obviously, it's got some spooky stuff, but the second season takes place on Halloween during Halloween. So I mean, come on,
Exactly.
It's a setup. It's a setup right there. And,
yeah, I'll probably put my brother in charge tonight of horror movies, and he knows how to pick them.
Sure does. Has he seen Teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually on Netflix.
Yes, it is.
Which is odd. I'm like, the fuck?
Well, why is it odd?
Huh?
Why is it odd?
I don't know. Fucking vagina with teeth.
Okay, and?
It just doesn't seem Netflixy to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we watched it. I think someone had the copy.
It was recommended.
Oh. I don't remember by whom.
Alright.
Alright. Cool.
So I think, so that wraps up Rudetober for us?
That wraps it up in... And now... I wanted to get to 25 minutes.
Oh. And that wraps up the episode, Nation.
Fucker.
Missed Tom's cue. Got missed. I'll keep it in there, but whatever.
Fuck me.
So, Nation, next episode, next proper episode, still up in the air, trying to figure out a topic. We'll figure something out for you, Nation. That's the RudeBoyz motto.
Or we'll just ramble on for an hour and you'll fucking love it because you're sheep.
But we love you anyway.
Bah.
But the episode but you are going to be treated to a wonderful, one of my favorite times, a sequel to my favorite episode, the Party Cast, the Cash Bash 2018.
Hopefully the sequel's better than the first one.
It usually never is,
Never.
But you know what? I think we got big shoes to fill in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing my best to record this drunk mess and get some good footage in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get drunk.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't drink.
Especially on your birthday. No,
never.
Don't get drunk. Nah,
Never.
Not at all.
I'm not hungover right now.
Yeah. So that's coming out next week, Nation.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Great. Can't wait to hear that.
The episode after that, we're gonna figure out.
Yep.
But you can find that out on our social medias. You know that, Tom?
Ooh, we have social medias?
We do have social medias. So Twitter.com/RudeBoyz469. That is where you follow all the Rudetober updates and stuff like that. We've been crushing it this year, I think.
We have.
This month. Not this year. Just for the past 4 weeks, we've been crushing it.
We crush it every day.
That's true.
Every day.
So that is exclusive to Twitter because for whatever reason our Twitter and Facebook link died out. So whatever.
Wimpity womp.
Exactly. So Facebook, we do post the episodes there too as well for your listening pleasure. Facebook.com/RudeBoyz469. We got a YouTube.
We have a YouTube.
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
Type it out, Rude Nation. bit.ly/RudeBoyz Rudetube. All lowercase.
That shit better be fucking lowercase.
Subscribe to the YouTube. The more subscriptions we get, the more content we will put out. That's just how it is, okay? You have to come to us, and then we will provide content. It's not the other way around, all right?
Yeah.
I think people think it's the other way around. It's not. It's this way.
Because if you want us to put content up, we'll just start bombing the fuck out of you then.
That's not... Okay.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works,
No.
yes. Thank you to Podbean for hosting our wonderful... Which I think we've had for about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to talk about subscription fees. Whoops. RudeBoyz.podbean.com.
Flick it.
And if you want to hit me up on social media, at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS. I'm still selling shit on eBay, baby. Hit me up.
How do they get you on eBay?
I think they just search for Neutrino64. NEUTRINO64. I don't think there's a easy way to get to that.
Okay.
But search for that user.
Okay.
I've got stuff. I'm going to put some stuff up on it, some PS2 games, a couple more Wii games. Yeah.
Money.
Gotta get rid of some of this clutter, boys and goyles.
Boils and goyles.
Boils and goyles. What's about your social media, Tom?
My social media, you can get me on Twitter at Tommy_Cash with a K.
Nothing. Nothing. Usually add like a nice little thing to that. No.
Nothing really popped during this episode.
I got you. Yeah. Follow his antics on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Usually my drunken antics.
Yes, very true. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool.
So, Nation, enjoy the rest of your Rudetober. Hope it was properly spooky. And thank you for joining us. We will see you next week at the Cash Bash.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.